Hi, welcome to the Todd and Debra Show. This is episode 29.
And I'm pretty sure this is going to be the shortest ever episode of the Todd and Debra Show, because rather than listen to me jibber jabber like I always do, or even Todd sometimes gets a word in edgewise, we think it's way more important for your time to be spent looking at the articles we're going to link below.
We want to let you know about the call to action that the AARP has made in relation to Medicare and the proposed changes that are now out there.
And you know, for all my life, I remember hearing people talk about Medicare. I think they're going to do something to change Medicare. No, they can't. Oh, but they say they're. No, they can't. And we felt that because, you know, being now enrolled in Medicare, we probably wouldn't be affected by any of the changes. You always hear that it's going to affect future generations. But believe it or not, this time around, very real changes being talked about. And right now it's in discussion, you know, and now's the time that we should contact folks to let them know if we don't want them to do the things, the different proposals that they have in mind.
And then these changes are not just to premium costs, they're to what we're going to have to pay out of pocket for just regular checkups, things like that.
And in closing, I know if I was listening to this, I would probably be thinking, okay, yeah, but I mean, if people get riled up about Medicare from time, this time it's going to be fine. We thought the very same thing until we took the time to look through the articles that we're linking below. So please take the time to check it out. You'll see what we're talking about and why this time is different. Thanks for watching.
Bye-bye.
For those of you who might prefer not to have to click a link, but are interested in the article, I have screenshots here of the article and I'll also read it. This is titled, AARP President Says Paul Ryan's Medicare Plan Could Hurt Seniors. The article is by Eric J. Schneiderwin. It's dated January 30th, 2017. And Schneiderwin is AARP's president and a member of the AARP Board of Directors. Medicare is being targeted by key congressional leaders for a sweeping set of changes that would dramatically increase healthcare costs for seniors and ultimately leave them paying more for their healthcare while getting less. Making improvements to Medicare is a laudable goal, but doing it in a way that will cost the average senior thousands of dollars at a time in their life when they can least afford it is not. Neither is shortchanging the hardworking Americans who have paid into the system throughout their working lives. Perhaps the most visible plan to cut Medicare is the one endorsed by House Speaker Paul Ryan, which would eliminate the guaranteed level of coverage that Medicare currently provides. For example, covering hospital care and 80% of the total cost of doctor visits, and replace it with vouchers, with which seniors would be directed to buy their own health insurance from the private sector. Other plans being circulated in Congress contemplate similar approaches, the end result of which can best be described as shifting more risk to seniors, a risk that means either paying more for their health care or getting less of it. Under these congressional plans, what happens to seniors if, for example, the values of the vouchers they receive fail to provide them with enough to buy what Medicare now covers? And what happens if the ongoing costs of their coverage exceed the amount of the vouchers they will now receive? The two choices appear to be either A, pay more out of their own pocket for the same coverage, or B, skip the medical care in question. While Speaker Ryan has dubbed his voucher-based approach premium support, no one should be misled by the benign-sounding term. This is a clear downgrade of the Medicare benefits people have earned throughout their working lives, and the use of buzzwords like modernization and choice cannot hide the fact that seniors will be asked to bear more risk at greater personal cost. To justify what they position as the "we have no choice" necessity of their plans, congressional leaders have characterized Medicare, in operation for more than 50 years, as going broke. That's simply not true. In fact, both the Medicare Trustees Report and the Congressional Budget Office report that Medicare's fiscal strength has improved, not declined, in recent years, and that the Medicare Trust Fund is fully funded through 2029 and 79% funded through 2040, a highly manageable shortfall that can be closed in coming years without experimenting with or reducing seniors' health care coverage. In an effort to make their plans to diminish Medicare seem more palatable and be able to say that no current Medicare beneficiaries will be affected, the timeline for the proposed cuts is said to be pushed out a few years. But that fails to explain that when these new changes do kick in, current beneficiaries will be affected by moving younger, healthier seniors into private plans via the use of vouchers. Those now in the traditional Medicare program will see their own premiums rise dramatically. As a result, the Medicare benefits they have earned throughout their working lives and count upon may soon become unaffordable. Fortunately, for seniors and their families, those same congressional plans to alter Medicare's fundamental promises will likely bump up against President Donald Trump, who campaigned on promises not to touch the benefits seniors have earned. The new president first expressed his views on the subject and distinguished himself from other Republican primary contenders, and went on to make his commitment not to cut Medicare an ongoing element of his general election campaign. Quote, "I am going to protect and save your Social Security and your Medicare. You made a deal a long time ago," Mr. Trump said. Not only do seniors nationwide strongly oppose such changes, but Medicare cuts and congressional plans to reduce Medicare's long-standing promise to people run afoul of the new president's often stated views on the subject. For the sake of the tens of millions of Americans who now rely on Medicare or who will become Medicare recipients in coming years, let's hope President Trump's campaign promise not to touch Medicare holds true. On behalf of not just our 38 million members nationwide, but of all older Americans and their families, AARP will continue to defend Medicare and its guaranteed level of coverage, and we urge others to join us in that effort.